Hello, Professor. This is my presentation for the subject Literature and Culture of English-speaking countries. So, today I am going to talk or to mention the difference between an epic hero and another hero, but in this case it would be an heroine, okay? I want to mention that I'm not a big fan of hero stories, and I don't know many of these kind of heroes. However, I really love Katniss Everdeen because of the books and the movies of the Hunger Games. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about Beowulf, and I knew this character because of you, right? Because I didn't know anything about this character, and also Katniss Everdeen. Something important, or the most important thing, is that Beowulf is a man. However, Katniss is a woman, right? I think that is a teenager. So here we can know, or we can read about many heroes, but not about many heroines, right? So also, the first story took place in Kitland, that is nowadays Sweden, right? And the second one took place in District 12, that it's a dystopian future North American country that is called Panem, right? About social strata or social classes, we have to mention that Beowulf belonged to the noble warrior class, that in that case is like the royal family. But Katniss belonged to a working class. I think that District 12 was about miners, right? And also, this is a poem and this is a story in 3 books. It is an epic poetry, and this is a young adult dystopian fiction story. We already talked about the lineage, noble and poor, and also about the enemies. Beowulf fought against 2 monsters and 1 dragon. We can notice here that they are not real enemies or human enemies. They use imagination and magic and superpowers. But Katniss fought against the presidents, the capital, right? The government at that time. Also, we need to talk about the superpowers or the skills. It's very important that the first Beowulf, something that you say that he was super strong. He had a super strength. However, Katniss was a human, but she knew about archery, and also she knew how to hunt, because she had to hunt to eat, to feed her family. And the heroic ideals, they fought because of honor and bravery, Beowulf, and also because of love of his people. Remember that he was part of the royal family. But Katniss fought or survived because of a love for her sister, for her family. But later, she fought against the capital because of injustice, inequality. 2, here, something that mentioned about the values of modern society. We can have, for example, we can see in these stories, courage, justice, individuality, empathy, sacrifice, loyalty, honor, resilience, and social responsibility. Social responsibility, you say, why? Why? Because Katniss fought because of his people. He wanted to have freedom, and Beowulf defended his people from these enemies. The question was, why is Katniss considered an heroine? She's considered a heroine because she sacrificed herself and she survived in the Hunger Games. And also, she was a symbol of freedom. She was, of hope for those people who learned in the story that they could win, because we can know that Katniss survived but not alone, like the principal rule. She survived with Peeta. So in that case, they broke the rule and they demonstrate that maybe they could win. Now, guys, the important values in their society, in her society in this case, and how Katniss embodies or challenges of problems, is because she showed courage, individuality. She said, I have to survive. I don't care if I don't want to kill people, but I have to survive because of Print. And the sacrifice that she made because of her sister, and she volunteered, right? When Print was chosen, she said, no, I want to go because of her. The loyalty, she had to trust many people at the end in order to win this war. And the resilience. The challenges that she faced, the first, she had to survive the Hunger Games, and not just once, twice, right? And she had to face, so she had to fight against the oppressive capital. She had to protect her sister, her mother, her friends, but also her nation, her people. And at the end, we can notice that she couldn't take care of Print because Print died. And also, the very important, the emotional and moral conflict. Through the book, through the movie, we could realize how Katniss suffered because she had to kill. She said, oh my goodness, I don't want to kill. How can I avoid killing people? But she had to do it in order to survive, right? I think that at this moment, she realized that the capital had the power on her decision. Because even if she didn't want to kill, she had to kill. And they said, we won't, right? She was super angry because of that. A lesson that I learned, I already mentioned that, but also the courage and the resistance against oppression, even when she realized that they had that power, she said, oh my goodness, I have to do something. I don't want to live like this anymore. And also the self-sacrifice and protection of loved ones, right? She started all this work because of Print, but at the end, she did all of this because of his people. And as a teacher, I can realize that all the time I live in a country where inequality is evident in every single aspect of our life. And as teacher, I say, what can I do to face this? How can I do to fight against this inequality in my country? And to finish, I want to talk about the genre or the style that the books are written. Those were written in first-person narrative. The tone was direct, personal, and emotional grounded, right? Reflecting Katniss' inner thought and experiences. All the time, I in Katniss' mind and reading and listening to her, and it's when you say that sometimes we are in the character's mind. I think that this is the style. All the time, I could read, I could see what Katniss described, because the book is written like that. Thank you so much, Professor, for this activity. I had the opportunity to analyze. I didn't understand why I could repeat and repeat this movie and the books, and it is because I had an excellent connection with this heroine, and I consider this activity very, very effective for my process. Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye. Hi.